Okay, let's go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Probation Officer's Perspective. If you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell to all, so you'll be notified of all the new content that I'm pushing out. I want to thank everybody for their support. It's greatly appreciated. So, I'm going to do a story. This is breaking CDCR news, or new news release about North Kern and homicide at North Kern State Prison in California, and one earlier at Pleasant Valley. And I just did one yesterday that was from Kern State. And then prior to that, there was no incident that they reported or released since October 18th. Now they're back to back, like yesterday and then two today that they're releasing. When they release, it's always either a day or two prior to. But I wanted to kind of explain why I do these. I cover these news stories for the CDCR. And the reason I do it is for awareness. It's not because I like to sit here and promote it or show it or talk about the violence in prison, but to make people aware, especially if you're a youngster, you're wanting to join a gang, or you're into criminal activity and you've never been to prison in California. Well, these are kind of wake-up calls. This is what happens in prison. You know what I mean? So if you want to go to prison, you're going to be playing these politic games and these prison games. And you could be on that end of the prison game. And not in a good way, as you see when I do these. So this one's on North Kern State Prison in California. So let's get into it. I just got to move myself smaller here. And then we'll get into it. Make myself small. Yeah, it's... Somebody had asked me about that. Like, why do you cover these news releases, about these people getting killed in prison in California? And that's one of the reasons. It's awareness to let you know that, look, you don't want to be in prison. You don't want to be in California prison, for sure, but you don't want to be in any prison, because these are the type of things that happen. And the CDCR only releases what they feel like they want to release. I'm very surprised that they released one yesterday and they released two today. And then prior to that, there was nothing since the 18th of October. Other than they want to talk about all, somebody walked away from a reentry, or, the film fest at San Quentin, the prison palooza, all based on their California model, which is based off the Norway project. Anyways, let's get into it. Enough of that. So, North Kern State Prison investigating the death of an inmate as a homicide. November 12th, 2024. Delano, California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation officials are investigating the November 10th, 2024 death of an incarcerated, inmate at North Kern State Prison as a homicide. At 7:38 p.m., officers observed three inmates, Jose Gonzalez, Eric Servin, and Alfred R. Rodriguez, allegedly attacking Nick V. Lopez in the yard. Officers immediately quelled the incident using pepper spray. They initiated life-saving measures and activated 911. Emergency medical personnel arrived on the scene and continued administering life-saving measures. Paramedics pronounced Lopez deceased at 8:51 p.m. No other injuries were reported. Gonzalez, Servin, and Rodriguez have been placed in restrictive housing, and NKSP's Investigative Services Unit continues its investigation. The Office of the Inspector General has been notified, and the Kern County coroner will determine Lopez's cause of death. Well, I think we're going to know here. When it's 3-on-1, if you've been in prison or if you've watched my channel or you've watched other channels, then you know what a 3-on-1 is. Three weapons manufactured by inmates were found at the scene. So the victim here, Lopez, he was 55 years old. He was most recently received from Los Angeles County on November 28, 2022. Sentenced to life with the possibility of parole for first-degree murder as a third striker, with enhancements for prior felony convictions of a serious offense. And the alleged attackers were Gonzalez, 48, was most recently sentenced by Los Angeles County on November 30th, 2006, to life without the possibility of parole for first-degree murder. While incarcerated, he was sentenced by Kern County on August 19th, 2024. So just here recently, to 12 years for assault by an inmate with a deadly weapon as a second striker, with an enhancement for inflicting great bodily injury. Servin, 37, was most recently received from Los Angeles County on November 20th, 2018. Sentenced to life with the possibility of parole for second-degree murder. While incarcerated, he was sentenced by Los Angeles County on November 5th, 2018, to 2 years for possession, manufacture of a deadly weapon by an inmate, and sentenced by Kern County on June 2nd, 2022, to 4 years for assault by an inmate with a deadly weapon or force likely to cause great bodily injury as a second striker. And last, Rodriguez, 37, was received from San Bernardino County on September 16, 2008, sentenced to life with the possibility of parole for second-degree murder. So every one of these guys, even the victim, were all in there for murder charges. And if you notice, they're all from down south. They're Southerners. And when it's 3-on-1 and there's weapons involved, it's a removal. He was to be whacked. For whatever reason that is, I don't know. There's a lot of different things it could have been. You know what I mean? We could speculate all day long about what caused it. Drug debt, gambling debt. I could keep going on and on of the different reasons why he was taken out. NKSP opened in April 1993 and is a medium security prison as well as a reception center, housing approximately 3,100 inmates. The general portion of the institution focuses on providing educational, vocational opportunities. So that is the victim, deceased Nick V. Lopez. And then we have Jose Gonzalez, one of the alleged attackers. Eric Servin, another alleged attacker. And Alfred R. Rodriguez, the third alleged attacker. So there we go. Those are our attackers. And there's our victim. And again, like I said, we can speculate all day about all the different reasons why, but this just goes to show you, and again, why I do these videos, for awareness of what happens. What happens when you step out of line? If you're involved, you know, in a faction or whatever you want to call it, I'm not even going to say, but within your own people, this can happen within your own faction. For whatever reasons that you did, you're out of pocket, and this is how they handle it. But I want to make people aware, again, before you want to join that gang or you want to get into criminal activity, no matter what your age, young, old, you know, whatever it is, this is the kind of things you can expect to happen. It happens. Like it happened twice today, yesterday, and you know what I mean? Again, and then before that, it was October 18th. And I believe that the CDCR doesn't always put out everything. They don't always put out everything that happens in the prisons. But 2 in one day, 1 yesterday. So this is what you got to look forward to if you want to be that gangster and that criminal in California, or anywhere for that matter, in any prison. This is how you could end up. And as always, though, my condolences go out to the Lopez family. Sorry for your loss. And let me make myself bigger here. Because you know what? No matter what the circumstances are, that person, that victim that got killed, could be a father, he's a son, brother, cousin, you know what I mean? Could have a wife. It's just, there's a lot of things that you don't know. You don't know, and that they don't tell you. But I always give my condolences to the victims' families. And with that wraps it up for this. I'm going to do another one here on Pleasant Valley that just happened today also, but I wanted to get this one out there. And we'll see you on the next one. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell to all so you'll be notified of all the new content that I'm pushing out. With that, we'll see you later on the next one. Peace.